Yan ulit. So, good afternoon. So, let's discuss regarding um our current topic about momentum. So, previously, pinag-usapan na natin yung momentum ng particle that is connected to the mass and the velocity of the particle. So, alam natin na once a particle is moving with a certain velocity, meron siyang momentum. And we also discussed that the momentum is also connected to the net force acting on a particle. And we know that the net external force is equal to the change in momentum with respect to time. And another thing we have already discussed about the impulse. No? So we have discussed the impulse of the net force. Again, no, when we talk about the impulse, um, we are referring to the impulse of the net external force acting on the particle. And we discussed that is related to the net force and the time interval. No? So, pinag-usapan na natin na yung impulse natin is equal to the net force multiplied to the time interval of how long the particle interacts. No? And it is also connected to the change in momentum since we know that um, whenever there is an external force, syempre, merong acceleration yun and the velocity changes. So kung nagbago yung velocity, magbabago yung momentum. So ngayon, let's talk about how momentum is being conserved. So again, no, our discussion about the conservation of momentum is lies on the fundamental concept of the laws of motion. So again, no, if you can realize na starting from the second, third, and fourth quarter, we have been discussing how the laws of motion are being related to one another. No? Whenever um, we are observing the dynamics of the particles and systems, no, yung fundamental concept that we are relying on is the laws of motion. And even dito sa momentum, no, so it also plays with the laws of motion and dito sa conservation of momentum. So it really relies on the third law of motion. So again, no, sa third law, yung action-reaction, we know that whenever two particles interact with one another, so we know that the force exerted on the kumari meron tayong particle A and particle B, no? So we know that the uh, yung force acting coming from the particle A towards the particle B equal siya dun sa force na binibigay ng particle B dun sa particle. So, dun tayo magbe-base no discussion natin ngayon. No, so, let me share with you. Yung ano natin, nawala lang. Ayun. So, let's take a look at this, no. For example, meron tayong dalawang astronaut in space, no. We assume that this is an isolated system. So we say that it is an isolated system whenever there are no external force acting on the system. So, kunwari itong astronaut natin, it's in space, so isolated siya. We assume na walang planet na malapit sa kanila, walang malapit na star. So, sila lang dalawa yung nandun, in short. Kaya nga isolated. So, walang external force that is acting doon sa dalawang astronaut. So, tingnan natin to. Meron tayong astronaut A and astronaut B. So, the moment that they touch one another, no, itong astronaut A and astronaut B, we know na merong action-reaction force yan. So, the moment na nag-touch pa lang sila, so the astronaut B is exerting force towards the astronaut A. And the same thing with the astronaut A. Astronaut A is exerting force towards astronaut B. And the principal concept that we need to understand here is the force that is being exerted dun sa one way or another mo from A to B or B to A, it has the same magnitude. Mag-iba lang yung direction. So if we will take a look dun sa free body diagram natin, no? So yung free body diagram ng astronaut A, the only force acting is the astronaut B. Na force that is being exerted by astronaut B towards the astronaut A. And doon naman sa free body diagram ng astronaut B, we know that the only force acting doon sa astronaut B is the force exerted by the astronaut A. So we know that it has the same magnitude, and that's our action-reaction pair. So we will define na sa isang isolated system, only the internal force is acting on it. No? So we define the internal force as the forces that the particles of the system exert on each other. So kapag mayroong force na ina-exert sa bawat isa, so we call that the internal force, just like our example dito, doon sa astronaut. So dito naman may tinatawag din tayo na external force. So for example, meron tayo ditong dalawang ice skater. So meron tayong A and B. No? So we know na itong ice skater na to is nasa surface ng Earth. So we know na since nasa surface siya ng Earth, may other force that that are interacting with the ice skater. Siyempre, meron tayo dang weight, meron tayong normal force since they are standing in a surface. So, meron tayong external force at tinatawag din. And kung makikita nyo dito, dun sa free body diagram nila, hindi na lang yung action-reaction pair yung meron tayo, but we also have the weight and the normal force. So, we define the external force as forces exerted on any part of the system by some object outside it. So we call that na external force. Okay, so doon din natin nilalagay yung applied force, tension force. So let's take a look at this. No? So how is it related to that? Parang how will it prove that the momentum is conserved? So we can see na since, sige, para mas ma-imagine natin, lagyan natin ng free body diagram si astronaut A and astronaut B. So, kay astronaut A, ang force lang na nag-exist is yung force ng astronaut B exerted on astronaut A. So, we call that for now na B on A. Kay astronaut B naman, the only force that is acting upon astronaut B, so dapat same lang haba yun. Astronaut B is the force exerted by astronaut A. So we call that force A on B. So if we will see that, we know that the net force acting on A, the net force kay A is equals to the force acting given by the astronaut B kay A. And the same thing din, yung net force kay B ay equal dun sa force na binibigay ni A kay B. No? So, if we can see that the net force on A is only the force acting on B. So, we can also see that the net force coming from our definition of the momentum and the net force in our previous discussion, we can see that it is also equal to the change in momentum A over with respect to time. So we can say that the force ni astronaut B na binibigay kay astronaut A is equals to the change in momentum. Meaning, astronaut A with respect to time. So, ganun din naman kay astronaut B. So, yung net force, yung natin ang pangalan, net force ni astronaut B is the change in momentum ni astronaut B with respect to time. But since it is also equal dun sa force na binibigay ni astronaut A kay B, so it's equals to change in momentum ni astronaut B with respect to time. So, how is it related? So, if we know that the magnitude of the action-reaction pair is the same and same magnitude, however, the direction is different. So, we can say that the force na binibigay ni astronaut B on A is equal to the negative force ni A na binibigay kay astronaut B. So, we can say that FA on B plus FB on A is equals to 0. So, how is it im- uh, how is it be approved dun sa change sa conservation ng momentum? So, given na coming from yung forces natin, sulat ko ulit, force A on B plus yung force B on A is equals to 0. We know that force A on B is the change in momentum. And force A on B, change in momentum ni astronaut B with respect to time plus the force B on A is the change in momentum ni astronaut A with respect to time is equals to 0. Okay, so given, we can just combine the numerator since they are both with respect to time. So we can say that the change in momentum ni B plus yung change in momentum ni A with respect to time is equals to 0. So, makikita natin na this one, the change in momentum ni B at yung change in momentum ni A, that is the total momentum of the system. This one. So, we can just call it, that is the total change in momentum. So, total change in momentum with respect to time. So this is the total change in momentum. So we can just say that the total change in momentum is total change in momentum with respect to time is equals to 0. Paano natin makikita yan dun sa momentum? Remember, this is the change in momentum, not just the momentum per se, but the change in momentum. Paano yung pagbabago ng momentum? So, let's take a look at this. No. So, if the change in momentum of particle A with respect to time plus the change in momentum of particle B with respect to time is equals to 0. We can say that the change in momentum with respect to time, kunwari, we have momentum 2 minus momentum 1 with respect to time. So plus the particle A plus yung change in momentum ni particle B with respect to time. So equal siya to 0. So let's just take a look dun sa the change in momentum. So makikita natin dito na yung change in momentum natin is, for example, kay A, it's mv 2a minus mv 2b minus mv 2 mi pala. So if we can see that, no, dun kay particle A, yung change in momentum niya is mv 2a, yung particle A minus ma v1a plus itong kay B, it's mb times velocity ni B, yung at point minus mb b1 is equals to 0. So, makikita natin that the total change in momentum, this one with respect to time. So, if we would want to multiply both sides by VP, so we can just simply get the change in momentum. So, pwede natin sabihin dito na we have ito yung change in momentum ng particle A plus the change in momentum ng particle B. So, makikita natin that yung summation, yung change ng momentum is 0. And if we will derive that, no, pagsamahin natin yung lahat ng at position 1 and at position 2, we can see that the MA V2A plus MB V2 is equals to MA V1A plus MB V1. So, makikita natin dito that summation ng momentum at certain specific time is the same. No? Yung summation ng momentum ng mga particles, no? Yung momentum ni A at yung momentum ni B is also equal dun sa position 1 ng summation ng momentum ni A. So makikita natin that in any position, no, whether before the collision, kumari nag-collide sila, kumari nagbungguan yung dalawang particle, no? So before the collision, during the collision, so nag-collide sila, and after the collision, kumari tumalasig. So the summation of all the moment is always the same, equal sila. So kaya makikita natin dito that the momentum of the particle is conserved. So you don't need to memorize the derivation, but I want you to see the connection of the third law of motion to the conservation of momentum. Now, coming from the summation of the net force, no, that is 0, we can also say that if we derive the change in momentum, we can come up that the summation of the momentum in specific time, whether before, during, or after the collision, they are the same. Okay, so mamaya I'll be giving a sample problem regarding this para mas maintindihan natin. So again, no, bakit nako-conserve yung momentum? It's simply because the force, kumari may particle na nag-interact, so coming from the third law of motion, the force that is being exerted by one particle to another particle is the same, has the same magnitude, pagkaiba lang ng direction. Okay? So again, to define, no, so the conservation of momentum, sabi dito, the vector sum of the external forces on a system is 0, the total momentum of the system is constant. No? So kung walang external force na nag-interact or zero yung or equilibrium sila yung lahat ng external force, yung momentum ng system ay constant. Okay, so again, to redefine the formula, no, yung total momentum natin is the summation of all the momentum of the particles. Okay, so yung total momentum is equal to momentum A plus momentum B and so on and so forth. Kung ilang particle yung nag-interact. Again, no, so momentum is a vector. So whenever you are adding momentum of the certain particles, you need to pay attention to the direction. So again, no, paano tayo nag-a-add ng mga vectors? We need to recall the principle of vectors, no? So kunwari ito, meron kang particle A going towards the positive y, then meron tayong particle B na going towards the positive x. So kapag in-add natin yon, hindi lang natin basta i-add yan na 18 plus 24. We need to consider the direction. We only need to, we can add magnitudes with the same direction. So kailangan i-add mo lang yung lahat ng x, i-add mo yung lahat ng y. Then pag nakuha mo yung lahat ng x and lahat ng y, kukunin mo yung resultant. So the same thing, no? And how can you get the angle? Again, no, nung total momentum, again, for you to be able to get the angle, you need to get the y component and the x component. So we will use the tangent theta is equals to the y over the x component. So makukuha natin dun yung angle. So again, just like what I've said, when we talk about vectors, you will always encounter this until physics, kung ilang physics pa ito take mo. So let's have examples.